First of all, it's the biggest master plan or master community waterfront by Emaar. I feel like this will be like the mini French Riviera, mini Monaco, because this will be like boulevard with cafes and restaurants along the waterfront where there's yachts all over parked up. So it will be like such a rich neighborhood. There is hype already in Mina Rashid and it is selling out. However, I feel like the hype is not so high like the rest of the communities in Mina Rashid yet, up until the first handover start. Like
Then they'll know.
Yeah, exactly.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to our podcast once again with the same guest as always, Emaar
With the same
Al-Mahdi.
clothes, same outfit. We're shooting back to back.
And today we're going to be speaking about Mina Rashid.
Ooh,
So-
the beautiful Mina Rashid. I
Oh.
love this project.
Tell me about it.
Okay, so Mina Rashid is, first of all, it's the biggest master plan or master community waterfront by Emaar. Now, Emaar's only waterfront community was, Dubai Marina it's also waterfront, but it's not so.
It's not
waterfront.
fully waterfront.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like I wouldn't consider it waterfront. Now, the first project that they did that was waterfront, which
Emaar
is amazing.
beachfront.
Exactly, which is also amazing because it's like Miami style towers,
Yeah.
and just under it is the beach. So it's like, whoa, there's nothing like this so much except in Palm Jumeirah and stuff. Even Palm Jumeirah, I doubt you have apartments. As soon as you go out, you're in the beach. There's nothing as that close
They're
proximity.
mainly on the branch.
Yeah, they're not only the branch. The West Beach and all that. But
Yeah.
so many of the apartments over there also outdated, kinda. Mostly it's hotels. It's so commercial.
Yeah.
Hotels and there's also penthouses, which is obviously not affordable. Emaar Beach Run is not affordable either. But anyway, we stepped out of Mina Rashid. So this is the second waterfront community for Emaar, and it's way bigger than
Emaar beachfront.
Emaar Beachfront. I think the size of it was around, if I'm not mistaken, 2.5 or 2.7
Million.
square kilometers. So if you were around 25, I think, I might be wrong with the number, square meters, 25 million square meters. But anyway, square feet,
Yeah.
I think. But around that number. So anyway, Mina Rashid is in... Okay, so the project officially by Emaar, people keep calling it Mina Rashid, but the project master community is called Rashid Yachts and Marina. Now, obviously from the name yachts, it is a dock for a lot of yachts. It's like, I think there's 430 berths, and it's, the terminal over there is like a couple of terminals, and I'll speak the history also on Mina Rashid, because Mina Rashid comes way before Jebel Ali. So it was the main port of Dubai back then, even before the union of UAE. That was the main port of Dubai. So it was Mina Rashid, named after the father of Dubai, basically, which is Sheikh Rashid Al Maktoum, which is the father of Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid. Mina Rashid. I got stuck for a little bit, but I forgot there's so much to talk about in Mina Rashid that I get confused. So before that, before Jebel Ali was Mina Rashid. Why? Because the population was dense around the Bur Dubai and Naif area, and this is where people leave their docks, because obviously not all boats can enter the canal towards Bur Dubai and Naif.
Yeah.
So the big boats were left outside, and this is where they parked up. Now, the cruise terminal over here is one of the biggest in the world, by the way. And there is one called Hamdan Cruise Terminal, or Hamdan bin Rashid Cruise Terminal, is going to be the single biggest covered cruise terminal in the world, holding up to 14,000 passengers a day. And in total, they can take up to 25,000 passengers a day. So you can imagine the amount of tourists coming to this area. And till this day, by the way, most of the cruise terminal, passengers coming out from the Gulf basically to Dubai in general, is from this port. Now comparing that to, there will be also another cruise terminal stop in Emaar Beachfront, the lighthouse over there. But the biggest, or the most, I would say the most focused on one, will be this one, because it got several awards also, being one of the best ports in the world. And also the focus of the royal family is in this area.
The royal family.
Yeah, because Sheikh Hamdan, which is the Prince of Dubai, I think like 3 or 4 months ago, he's also decided to have a cruise terminal in Maritime City, just beside this, just beside Mina Rashid. So the focus really on this waterfront living and getting the tourist stop basically as a waterfront destination will be here. Mostly there will be obviously in Emaar beachfront because there's Palm Jumeirah and stuff over there, but the focus is more over here, and you can understand because there will be Maritime City, there will be Dubai Islands, so it's the next hotspot in Dubai. So I feel like this boom of tourists when it started out Marina, Palm Jumeirah side will happen here. So this is the future, and people don't look at it that way because I know this because as a real estate agent, when I tell them about Mina Rashid and I show excitement over Mina Rashid, like, yo, you need to put your money here. They don't believe it much because they're like, I don't like the location. I'm like, how don't you not like the location? I mean, it's very close proximity to downtown. It's this, that, airport, blah, blah, blah. But they don't like the location because of Dubai and Deira.
They don't want to be associated with the cheap, do you think?
But why would someone say that Dubai and Deira are cheap? Because most of the Dubai's economy came out from there, by the way. I mean, Dubai is not known for oil and gas. Oil and gas, by the way, just a fun fact for you, is mostly in Abu Dhabi and Sharjah. Mostly the majority of it is in Abu Dhabi. There are some natural gas reserves also in Sharjah, but Dubai doesn't have any, by the way. So it's basically depending on tourists, on real estate, and mostly on trading. So most of the money was coming out of trading in this area. If you go to Dubai and Deira now, yes, it's filled with shops and stuff, but you will see a Rolls Royce roaming
somewhere.
around. So, not somewhere. You will find a Rolls Royce or Maybach or a S-Class or something, a nice fancy car in that area, because the owners of these shops are not. I mean, they're rich. There are so many, especially Indians. There are so many shop owners over here in Dubai, and especially because you have the gold souk over here. I mean, how many gold souks do you have? Do you think the person owning a gold souk is a normal person? No, he's kind of rich. Yeah. So where do you think they'll be looking to live? After this, maybe they didn't buy now. Maybe they will buy later when they see it up and coming. Because people always, I mean, I don't know if it's negative or what exactly, like negativity, but they always like to doubt anything futuristic. When they say they will build this amazing community, waterfront, Emaar, this and that, it's like, I'd like to doubt that.
It's the same thing with Burj Khalifa. If you
exactly,
think
with Burj Khalifa. But I would understand at that time.
Because it was the tallest tower and it's crazy claim. And
yes, and Emaar didn't prove itself that much yet at that time. Because, I mean, they did prove themselves, obviously, with Arabian Ranches and Emirates Living, but not so much with Marina. But to build this, okay, they've proved themselves in villas communities, townhouses communities, not so much in skyscrapers, because Marina, you had the opportunity in Marina and it didn't go so good. So now they have this opportunity in Burj Khalifa and they've proven their point, like I've mentioned before. So now that's why they're showing Dubai Creek. People are now believing, oh, Dubai Creek, okay, because they've done this. Now when they're doing something like this, why won't people believe them and go back? I mean, there is hype already in Mina Rashid and it is selling out. However, I feel like the hype is not so high like the rest of the communities in Mina Rashid yet, up until the first handover start.
Then they'll know.
Exactly. It's like people always doubt up until the first few handovers, and that's when you're too late because the prices shot up. Because if you were to look 5 minutes away, by the way, one bedroom here for the last few launches was around 1.7 starting price, 1.6.
Wow, that's high though.
You think it's high, but just 5 minutes across that street, and as soon as you enter the Jumeirah street, you have Emaar, and they're transacting. The one bedroom is transacting for almost 3 million right now over there. And this is Emaar. I mean, yes, Emaar and Miras are top developed, but if you were to look at history, Emaar has always proven to be making money. It's always right also, yeah. But Miras is special with some projects like Jumeirah Bay Island, there's Emaar, and what else from Miras that was super special that they've made a lot of money. But anyway, these waterfront communities from them, they've made a lot of money in. And Emaar is not, because even Emaar beachfront doubled up in price. You don't expect the one bedroom over here to go 3 million. I expect it to go to 3 million easily. And I would love for someone to doubt that. Let's see in 5 years. So, I mean, speaking about Maritime City, by the way, this is all man-made. So, Mina Rashid in general, or Rashid Yachts and Marina in general, is like a $7 billion master plan. approximately 25, 26 billion dirhams master plan. So it's not a small master plan, it's a big master plan. It's super, super expensive. I mean, it will hold a lot of yachts, and one of the biggest boats will be parked up here. And by the way, parking your boat here is not that cheap. I figured that out recently. I've closed recently a 3-bedroom in Mina Rashid, and the client, I love that client. The client owns a boat. So I was like saying, oh, it's amazing because he took this 3-bedroom as an investment. I told him that's amazing. You could park up obviously your boat over here. So he's like saying, no, actually it's more expensive than the one in Emaar beachfront. So he parked up his boat in Emaar beachfront. So apparently the rent over here per year, the rental for the yacht is much more expensive here than in Emaar beachfront, which is crazy.
It's not 6 dirhams per hour?
Nah, it's not RTA parking, bro. So it's like, so yeah, I mean, I feel like this would be like the mini French Riviera, mini Monaco. Because this would be like boulevard with cafes and restaurants along the waterfront where there's yachts all over parked up. So it would be like such a rich neighborhood.
Yeah.
This is what... and obviously they're starting to build highways and bridges connecting directly from Sheikh Zayed all the way to Mina Rashid to avoid the traffic crossing Bar Dubai and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So they don't want you to get stuck through Bar Dubai and Deira. So why are people like still...
not believing, considering how much
there
effort
are
they're
people
putting.
that believe because there was a transaction that a full building got sold to one person. One person bought a full building to himself.
Oh.
So whenever you see a market like this, it is almost getting monopolized. Because City Walk was the same idea. City Walk, there was a lot of people who own the full building. So they are the ones in control of the market resale prices. They are the ones in control of the... because now it's decided again with 10, 20 people who own several buildings around the City Walk.
Yeah. What they want to do with it.
Exactly. Now they decide the rental market. They decide but if you have like 100 apartments, 100 owners, then it's just a variety of rental prices. Who wants to rent out first? Who wants to really sell quick and they will drop their price? So to kind of affect the average market price. But in general, they're still in these first few phases. They've launched the buildings over here. So these will be the first phases. And then later on, they will launch all over here. So it has a long way to go. I feel like it needs around 6-7 years to launch projects.
All this next to the yachts and everything is still not announced?
Not announced. That's all coming up in the future. Now the buildings over here are all announced, sold out, mostly sold. I think by now 95% sold out. And they're actually one of these buildings, Seagate or Seascape, I think, is almost handing over. Now, by the way, the first launch that happened in Mina Rashid was just before COVID, around 2019. The buildings were called Serdana, and there was another, I think, Serdana and something else, I forgot. But one of them, I'm sure of, was called Serdana, and they were around 1,000 dirham per square foot, by the way.
So incredibly low.
Incredibly low. So the one bedroom at that time was like 1.1, 1.2. Or even less, because if you were to think about it, the 850 square foot was 850,000.
Well, regardless, 1.1 million next to the water is crazy.
No, obviously, the apartment won't be looking at the water.
Yeah,
because it's usually the bigger apartments that will be looking at the water. But regardless, whoever bought over there, oh my God, it's like that's a super believer of the vision since then. Now, Maritime City also, they have prepared the infrastructure, and there is a few developers. And also, like I've said before, like wherever Emaar goes, you'll see other private developers coming across. So in Maritime City, you have several other private developers from DR, Damak, Omniyat. But to be fair, Omniyat built, there is a building called Anwa over there a long time ago, and it handed over, and it's the only building standing over there, by the way. So it's seen the vision, but it's seen it so early, and they moved on it super quick. So they were like, guys, aren't we starting out any projects around? And then later on, they came anyway. But yeah, I mean, and also beside it, along that is Dubai Islands. Now, by the way, if you've seen a bridge, the Infinity Bridge, which is a major bridge also, because one of the oldest tunnels, I would say, in Dubai was this Shandaga tunnel, which goes under the water, crossing the entrance of the creek from Bar Dubai to Deira area. They've replaced that. I mean, it's still functional till now. They've added, because there is a lot of traffic in there, because it's just a 2-lane tunnel on both sides. So they've added a bridge above, which is called the Infinity Bridge. It has a nice design, and it's a very complicated design too. That's why it took a while, and it was one of the biggest contractors in the world that built it also, B6. It's a Belgium-based contractor, and they're the ones, by the way, who built Burj Khalifa. So they're one of the biggest contractors in the world. So they've taken up that job, and the bridge is amazing. You need to see it. I mean, I'm sure you know if you must have seen it. They've built a bridge, and in between that bridge is an infinity logo. Not infinity logo, like an infinity shaped.
Infinity logo. عادي bro.
Infinity logo, but obviously it's within the bridge.
Yeah.
But it's like it's complicated to build something like that in the bridge, and it took a while. By the way, I remember the construction started for a while. Like it took a long time to hand over to get this bridge ready. Maybe there is a lot of complications because.
From what it sounds like, it seems like it.
Yeah, because of the logistics and stuff. Because you're building a bridge in such a high traffic area, also.
Yeah. Anyways, regarding what has been released, what's come out, bedroom sizes, and just a little bit about it.
I mean, so it's all low-story buildings, short buildings. So it's like 6-8 floors, 1, 2, 3 bedroom. Obviously, Emaar doesn't do studios. So 1, 2, 3 beds. Since the first launch, besides Sardana, and they've stopped after Sardana. By the way, they stopped launching anything because the market was slow at that time, and they found that they're launching at low prices to sell out, and they weren't even fully selling out on the same day. So they've decided to stop it up until the market picks up, so that they can increase their prices and to make it look premium. Because if I'm selling 1 bedroom 1 million and a waterfront from Emaar, that's a bad look on me. So they've stopped it. When the market picked up, that's when they started launching back again. And since then, they started out launching around 1.3, 1.4. Up until now, it's been 1.7 for the 1 beds. And for the 2 beds, to around 2.4 to 2.5, 3 beds, 3.3 and above. Obviously, the prices will increase. Like any other developer, every launch after it increases by at least 5% or 10%, and so on. So I mean, Mina Rashid will be like amazing. There will be a lot of high net worth individuals in here too,
especially with the yachts. I feel like that's going to be a big puller too.
Exactly, because if, for example, if Emaar was to come up with address or palace or Vida here, especially the address, that would be just disgustingly beautiful. Like imagine you have an address waterfront with your yacht outside. That's amazing. Because an address JBR is like a waterfront. It doesn't have that address. The 2 or 3 addresses and beachfront doesn't have that. I mean, they do, it's right there, but it's not directly in front. Because if you see those buildings right in front of the dock, it's like in front of you.
Right in front of you is the yacht dock.
Exactly. For you to get out of your apartment in Emaar beachfront, you need the car still. You can't walk.
This is like 2 minutes.
Especially in this weather, I don't think you can walk. Unless it's in the winter, maybe you can walk a 10, 15-minute walk. But other than that, you're taking it. Here, you're coming out of your apartment in front of you. Now, the perk of this is in front of you is the boulevard, cafes, restaurants, stuff like that. And if you're a high net worth individual, you have a yacht or a boat, let's say, for example.
Yeah.
Over there is the beach. The private beach. Now, they said they will have a beach, 12,600 or 12,400 square meters beach, which is not a small beach, by the way. That's equivalent to almost 3 football pitches. So it's not small.
It's not the biggest beach in the world, but it's medium size, and it'll do well. Yeah,
and it will. And now I do not know where will they build this, or not build. I mean, where will they make this beach? But according to the master plan, it doesn't show any
beaches.
Any beaches, exactly. So. I mean, if they said that they will do it, it's not mission impossible for Emaar to find a way to do a beach in this area. And plus, also they have this pool, or I don't know, they call it pool. It's swimmable.
Which pool?
So there's a pool, a long pool. They call it a pool or a canal. Let's say a pool canal, and between those buildings over there, which will be the longest pool in the world, 500 meters. So I mean, it looks like a high potential.
It is high potential.
It is high potential because Emaar, waterfront, and low inventory, winner blindly. I don't know where some people, whoever didn't invest here or skipped investing here, will regret it 1,000%. Like the ones who regretted Jumeirah Bay Island, they're like the ones who regretted investing in La Mer because location, this, that.
They'll learn. It's more about exactly. It's not just location at the end of the day.
Exactly, and. I feel like I get hurt when people say, I don't like Mina Rashid. I'm like, what are you saying? or you know what? It's just like, just say that you don't have the money for it, or you think it's overpriced for you. Because, okay, right now they're almost at 1,900 dirham per square foot, 1,950 dirham per square foot.
There's some ready property. You
or
can
2,000.
buy it.
Yes, okay. Waterfront, no.
Not the waterfront.
Because Emaar beachfront is trading at 4,000, 4,500 dirham per square foot. Lamir is, like I've said, the one bedroom over there is 3 million. Average size over there 750, 800. So that's crossing 3,000 dirham per square foot. And this is launching at 1,900, 1,950. So you still have, I mean, I feel like it will go.
You have room to appreciate, definitely.
That
by no
and
means.
It will go more than 3,000 dirham per square foot. I'm 1,000% sure of this because this is Emaar. Emaar waterfront is like a no-brainer. And there's not a lot of it. And Emaar builds communities.
Waterfront, regardless, there's none of it. So you just hold it. Literally just hold it.
So yeah, I mean, I feel like plus you will have a lot. I mean, let's think of it investment-wise, not living there. Investment-wise for investors, if they were thinking about, oh, I'm on Mina Rashid, I'm not so convinced. Do you know how many tourists are going to land over here?
Just for the yacht port.
Yeah, exactly. I'm telling you that it can handle up to 25,000 passengers a day. Okay, let's say it doesn't reach its maximum and they don't get that crowd or whatever, which I'm sure 1,000% they'll get that crowd. But let's say they've reached even to 15,000 passengers a day. Where are they going to go? Airbnbs and stuff like that. Where are they going to go? To the closest destination, to their parked up cruise terminal or cruise basically.
Or the one's 5 minutes away and that's it. And that's just Mina Rashid.
Exactly. And it's like a nice community. There's cafes, restaurants. Why do I need to go out to the city? I can just stay here. I mean,
it's not like you're going to be here and then move to downtown all of a sudden for no reason.
Exactly. And there is sports facility, all kinds of sports facilities, stuff like that. Now, there is something also significant now with this Mina Rashid as an area, not with the project itself. Beside it, it's like there is this Queen Elizabeth ship that's parked up over there since 2008, 2009. It was parked up here since then as a gift from Queen Elizabeth herself. This boat was, I think, produced in 1968, 1969. It's very old, by the way. It's one of the oldest cruises that has been used for almost 40 years. Till 2008, it retired. They've retired the boat, a cruise basically, or this big ship. And most of its trips was from Southampton and from the UK to New York. That was the trips back and forth.
Yeah.
So obviously for like just like a Titanic, it looks like a Titanic ship.
It does.
Too.
Yeah.
Exactly. So they have retired it. It can't sail anymore. So they've given it as a gift to the royal family, to Dubai basically, and they've parked it up here. Now they were planning to scrap it, but they've changed their mind later on. They've changed their mind. They've gotten a contractor for it in 2017 or 18.
Now there's a couple restaurants there, right? Restaurants, there's a
clubs, and it changed to a hotel too, 500 room hotel also.
Wow.
So they've refurbished the ship and they reused it as a hotel.
But it doesn't move though.
It doesn't move. No, it's parked up. It's a hotel. So it's like you could consider it as a building, but you've seen the boat. It's super big.
Why would you live in a boat? I don't care.
I mean, it's a hotel. I mean, I would want to stay in a weekend in a boat. That would be nice. Like, people are curious. I want to see what a big cruise terminal, because usually in Dubai, where not a lot of people are in cruise terminal, because here in cruise base, I keep saying cruise terminal together. Not a lot of people go in cruises. It's not a tradition.
Any.
Exactly, it's not a tradition.
Yeah.
So, but later on, it will be a trend.
Especially with all the waterfront communities coming out, Emaar beachfront, Lamer.
There might be stops along the Gulf to maybe Qatar also has a cruise terminal. Maybe some parts of Saudi will have a cruise terminal along that Gulf all the way to, I don't know what other countries are. So it could be like, I don't know. I can't say because of the weather conditions and stuff like that, but obviously for a luxury lifestyle also. It could be like the next Caribbean cruises that go around these Caribbean islands, you know, those big cruises. It's like a 1 week, 2 week vacation thing, and go on a cruise and just hop on different areas along the Gulf. It could be a trend later in the future, and Dubai is already prepared for that. I've never heard news from Saudi or Qatar basically along the Gulf preparing for like to have a terminal for these big cruises or something. So it might be not just a hopping thing for Dubai. Maybe
might just be putting more into the tourism.
Exactly. So I mean,
that's Mina Rashid.
That's all of Mina Rashid. I think that we should end it. I think.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still in its first phases. It has a long way to go. Maybe up to, I would say, 7-8 years. Because like I said at first, it's like a $7 billion master plan. That's not
it just
small.
launched, didn't it?
No. It launched over the last 3 years now.
Yeah, I mean it's recent.
But that area, you could say that's one phase. That area is done now. Now they're going to move later on to these phases, which will take a long time. These will take like maybe 6 years of launches. Could be around.
Yeah. Anyways, thank you everybody for watching. As always, we have our very passionate Mina Rashid lover. And
Super passionate.
I'll see you guys in the next episode.